Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are reviewing the Brown Note by Against the Grain out of Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for joining us. Ew.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. And if you haven't done so yet, come say hey in Discord. We'd love to see you there. Come chat with the three of us. Speaking of, I've got Andy in the attic and Jay. I am Ben. I pause and don't really want to ask this question, but what are we drinking today? Like, seriously, why are we drinking this today? Maybe it's the better question.
Maybe I should just show
Andrew.
It's called the Brown Note. It's by Against the Grain. It's
just do it.
I mean, you realize we've got the logo.
yeah, it is on the It's repulsive, perhaps the most repulsive can art we have had on this show for the little over a year now.
Not perhaps, absolutely.
Yeah. Jay's ready to get the brown in the glass.
It's a little carbonated, so be careful when you open.
Ooh, this is a brown ale, American brown ale. Nope, we're good.
I think you shook mine up.
About time you got a little taste of your own medicine.
Yeah, boy. Ooh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very, very carbonated.
Pardon me. A little off camera there.
A little foamy foam.
Golly, it's going to take a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, just tell us something about it.
Well, it's an American brown ale, but uses British malts, oats, and specialty malts at British hops, and uses Cascade hops late in the boil. It's 5.0%. So this is our second by Against the Grain. The first was Bo and Luke, which was a stout. Okay, so Jay, help us out. It was a smoked chocolate.
Yeah, it was aged in
yes, that's
bourbon
right.
barrels, Pappy Van Winkle barrels.
Yep. Yeah. So we did a little bit of a history on them then. Maybe not much of a history, because even looking back, I didn't find that much on Against the Grain. You know, there were some brewers that were tired, 3 or 4 or something. They were tired of making beer for other people that was pretty much the run of the mill.
Yeah.
And they wanted to bust out and do their own thing in the way they so they're still a microbrewery. They founded in 2011 in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, and like I told the guys earlier, I think we mentioned it last time. It's a really neat brewery. They have a brewery and smokehouse in Louisville. I think they actually have 2. But visited one few years back when traveling through Kentucky, and they did some unique things like candied bacon. It was candied pork belly on a stick, and they have some cool wall art and things like that. So definitely a cool place to check out. Are we ready to cheers this?
Yes, because according to the can, if we don't, we will shite ourselves trying. Drink this beer or shite yourself trying.
Cheers,
wow,
mates.
thanks, Andy.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Yes, Andy was the one that procured this for the show. So
purely on the can art.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I already was going to save this probably for when I did the actual number, but I would not buy this based on can art. I think the can art alone would shy me away from buying this beer. And we've talked about this before. Doing this show together, we end up with beer that we normally would not buy. So this is the perfect example of one that I would never buy simply because of the can art, personally. Yet here I am drinking it.
It's better than the pickle beer.
This is true.
And speaking of pickle beer, was that an April Fool's joke that you picked up another pickle beer? Please tell me that was April Fool's.
Do not know. We shall see. All right. What else do we know about this one other than what we're tasting? Is that it?
All I got, man.
It definitely has a smoky flavor to it as well.
Yeah, one of the things
one
of the things I wanted to mention before we got to that was the can art, I think was designed by the same one that did the Bo and Luke, and they list that here on the can. So we'll put the link down in the description for that as well. In case you, I don't know if they sell prints of this or what. If you check that out.
In case you needed pics of another stained article of clothing or something like that.
I guess so. But sorry to interrupt.
I don't really understand the can art around the lid, but that's okay.
Imagine a certain emoji. I understand it. Snake.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm guessing those are tattoos on his body.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to move on with the review here and stop looking at the can personally.
So I guess you haven't had this before, man.
I have not. Andy, have you had this one?
No, I have
Jay,
not.
Have you had this one?
I
don't remember. I was trying to think through if I'd had it at the brewery there, because I know I had a flight.
Before we go on, I want to ask y'all, by the hand, it says Phantom Wipe.
Yeah, I saw that.
Are any of y'all familiar with that term?
I am not. But
I just noticed it.
I mean, I'll say looking at the hand or what kind of looks like a stub, I don't know if that plays into it all, because again, I don't really want to continue to look at the can. So thanks for pointing me back to it.
Look at it.
But the one arm is longer on this side than on the other side. So, what they say, like a phantom limb is one.
Yeah, you're right.
You lose a, part of your limb. You always have that hand. You feel like you have the hand there.
And if it is a nub, certain countries and cultures would look down on that guy for, the same hand he shakes and eats with is the same hand he's got the toilet with.
If you are watching this review, I'm gonna apologize personally. I'll let these guys speak for themselves, but I'm gonna personally apologize for the fact that, especially if this is your first time, this is one of those, give us another shot and then make up your mind, because.
But are we better than this, really?
I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying, make up your mind by another video than this one, please.
So crude.
Yes. All right, Andy, you go first, since you bestowed this wonderful
Let me drink
beverage can upon us. Let us know what you think here.
Well, it's a bit nutty. No, it tastes like a brown ale. And, we really haven't done a lot of brown ales on this. I'm trying to think.
Was
Southern Pecan the last? No, we've done more than one.
More than two.
I mean, there was one of the Colorado breweries we've done this. And
that's true.
Southern Pecan and a variant of that. but we just haven't done a lot. And it's a shame because I really like a good brown ale. And it reminds me, I like it's classified as an American brown ale, but using the British malt, the British hops, it really tastes more closer to some of the British browns that I've had. So I like it. It's not too malty. Like Jay said, it's got like a almost like a bit of a smoke character to it.
Yeah.
When you know, take a big, you know, when I inhale, like you can pick out something, and I wish I knew what that was that gave it that. But man, I would drink this a lot more if I didn't have to look at the can. Um, that said, can aside, I am going to give this an 8.0. It's really good.
Interesting that the one who bought the can was the one that also says that he would drink it more if it weren't for the can.
Right. I mean, but I don't get this around here, so it's not like I can go and just pick it up at a bottle shop.
I can get it for you.
There you go. Jay, what do you think?
I agree. I think it's good. Can art aside, I don't drink a lot of brown, so it's harder for me to sit here and figure out and think through how I'm going to rate things and judge them, because it's not something that I go pick out a brown and drink. I'm usually going for the IPAs or the sours or other things like that. So I've seen this one, you know, many times in the stores, and went to their brewery. I didn't even try it when I was there. I had a couple of flights, but I think it's good. It's got the smoky flavor. It's different. I think I'm gonna rate it probably a 7.5.
All right, yeah. The old can aside here. So again, I would never buy this at the store because of it just turns me off enough to it that I'm just not interested. But that being said, the most interesting thing is that smokiness to it, and you know, it definitely has for me, it has a very nutty finish on the back end. You know, that lingers a little bit. So from that standpoint, you know, I think overall, compared to other browns I've had, and I like browns a lot. I'm like Andy. I really am going to seek out a brown, and you know, I think thinking about it, we just don't see that many here
No,
in our area at all.
at least where we live. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I can only think of maybe one or two that I could get really at any time. But anyway, for me, this one is okay. The smokiness, I don't know if the smokiness takes away or adds to it for this one. I really can't tell what it does for me. I like that part of it. But this isn't one that I'm like, man, that's a really good brown. I got to have that one again for me. So I'm going to go a little bit lower than you guys. I'm going to go 6.5. I think it's okay for a brown.
One thing I wanted to add, it feels heavier than 5.0. It's got a deep feeling to it. It's not light, nothing light about it.
That is going to give us a 7.3 for the brown note from Against the Grain. That's all I want to say about that. But Andy, do share.
Oh, okay. Share. I thought you were is that some French word? Du share. Yeah. So in our intermission, Jay got out his skills, looked on Urban Dictionary about the Phantom Wipe. Now, we're not going to go into that. So if you're curious about the Phantom Wipe, go to Urban Dictionary. That is a new term for me. I termed whatever Phantom Wipe was on there on Urban Dictionary as something else. So an angel something. So
the show has reached a new low for anybody who has watched it over time. This is again, this one may get accidentally deleted. You know, this one may never see the light of day. much like another episode in previous time. When Jay's beer exploded and we didn't have a third.
Oh yes, because
Yeah,
somebody
that
forgot
was-
to hit the record button.
that wasn't accidental, but this one may accidentally
Boo that man.
get deleted as well. Yeah. If you're still watching this, I don't know. Maybe we need to question our viewership, and maybe our
No, we don't question
niche
you. We
is
completely
in the wrong
appreciate
spot.
you.
But
And they want more of this, evidently.
just end it. Andy in the attic. Jay,
What did we even rate this collectively?
I said
7.3.
it. Well, we got started.
Did you
here.
say it? I don't know. I'm not
did.
listening to you. I'm actually got music in these. Come on.
Yeah, those pearl earrings.
Again? If this is your
You
first
like this?
episode,
The massive earbuds.
Cheers, mates.
here's right.
These are normal size earbuds. I'm just tiny.
True.